Hello, I'm Steve Hearsum. Let me ask you a question. Why are you watching this? I work as a change consultant, facilitator and coach. Does that help? Maybe, but knowing what I do doesn't help everyone. In fact, when I tell people, some are none the wiser. So let me ask a better question. How could I help you? I work with organisations that rely on their people for success, where performance depends on the quality of those relationships. So let me ask you, how important is it that the people in your organisation work effectively together? And, if it's important, what are you doing to make that happen? Now, I'm passionate about finding the perfect cup of coffee. You might think it would be easy given the huge range of outlets available. You might assume that the standard would be high anyway. But it isn't. We all know the simple ingredients that go into a cup of coffee. Coffee beans, hot water, cup, spoon, milk. But it's so easy to mess up. The quality depends on many factors. How you treat the beans, the timing, not overcooking the milk, how you inject steam, how you pour. The perfect coffee needs the perfect blend of ingredients. It's getting the balance right, the connections, the chemistry, it's the fit, it's the relationships between the ingredients that matter. That's what makes the difference. And it's the interpersonal fit, the relationships between people that fascinate me. I help clients see the bigger picture, to identify and to answer questions and challenges they face. Let me explain with some examples. A client of mine was facing a serious challenge, a 38% reduction in funding, and they still needed to deliver the same level of service to clients within that new budget. As a change consultant, my role was to ensure that the finance department managed their share of the budget cut, looking at how people worked, business processes and technology. The key to the solution was engaging early on with stakeholders, individual managers and the teams involved. Looking at the people and their relationships quickly got to the heart of the issues. And that generated over 60 recommendations for change, key to which was a top 5 critical list and a number of quick wins. Another client required more of my facilitation skills. They faced a cash flow and funding crisis, and with a strategy day looming, this group faced the real possibility of having to shut the organisation down within 3 months, unless a solution could be identified and agreed upon. Understandably, there was a great deal of fear and emotion around. My role was to work with people in preparation for the strategy day, to get agreement on the key outcomes they'd be looking for, and to allow people to acknowledge and discuss their feelings about the future, which included both their hopes and fears. As an independent, supportive voice, I ensured that people had space and were able to express themselves and be heard. So that's a couple of examples of how clients value consultancy or facilitation. I believe that there is a need for deboxing, which is a core philosophy of my company. In much the same way as personality and psychometric testing often puts people in boxes, it's common for us to compartmentalise how we see the world around us. The danger is that we lock things down without realising and don't ask why. Losing flexibility, this in turn affects our relationships. The deboxing philosophy is to take things out of their boxes, to recognise them for what they are, and enable people to work with greater awareness. In doing so, it's not prescriptive. As a company, deboxing doesn't tell you the answer and disappear off into the distance. My role is to help you to identify your questions and to find your own answers and solutions wherever possible. That is the basis of sustainable change. The bottom line is, the change is yours, and I do everything in my power to help you, whether that's working as a consultant to manage a significant change in your organisation, facilitating meetings, coaching, or leading management development programs. The kind of project work we're talking about is varied and includes change driven by introducing new technology, process improvements or cost cutting, perhaps changes in strategy or the launch of a new product or service. If you'd like to discuss a project or need some help, then please get in touch. I'm always happy to have a conversation, or just to talk about coffee. Feel free to call, email or contribute to the conversation via the Deboxing blog at www.deboxing.co.uk.